You don't experience life as it is. You experience it as a story your mind keeps telling you. A story about who you are, what you deserve, what always happens to people like you. And the most dangerous part? You don't hear it as a voice. You hear it as reality. Act 1. The story running in the background. Every human mind needs coherence. So it creates a narrative, a continuous explanation that makes life feel predictable. This narrative decides who you think you are, what you believe is possible, what you expect from others. Imagine reading the same page of a book over and over. Eventually, you stop questioning it. Your mind does the same. I'm not lucky. I always mess things up. People leave. These aren't thoughts. They're scripts. And scripts are powerful because they feel familiar, not because they're true. Act 2. How the script is written. Internal narratives are formed through repetition, not logic. Moments when you tried and failed publicly. You were dismissed when you needed support. You were praised only when you performed. Your mind draws conclusions. Quiet ones. It doesn't say, this happened once. It says, this is how life works. And once a narrative forms, the brain begins filtering reality to match it. Contradicting evidence is ignored. Confirming moments are magnified. That's how a story survives for decades. Act 3. When the narrative starts controlling you. Here's where it becomes dangerous. Internal narratives don't just explain the past. They predict the future. So when opportunity appears, the script responds first. Before logic. Before curiosity. It says, this won't last. You're not that kind of person. Don't get your hopes up. And without realizing it, you adjust your behavior. You hesitate. You self-sabotage. You settle. Not because you lack ability, but because the story demands consistency. Act 4. Why change feels uncomfortable. When people try to change their lives, they often feel resistance. Not fear of failure. Fear of contradiction. If the story is wrong, then who are you? The narrative provides identity, even when it's painful. That's why growth feels destabilizing. It threatens the version of you that made sense of the past. Your mind would rather be right than free. Act 5. Stepping out of the script. Rewriting an internal narrative doesn't mean lying to yourself. It means slowing down certainty. Instead of, this always happens to me, you notice, this feels familiar, and familiarity feels true. Instead of, I'm just like this, you recognize, this is learned, not fixed. The moment the narrative becomes observable, it loses absolute power. You stop being the character. You become the reader. The most important moment in personal change isn't when your life improves. It's when you realize the voice you've been obeying was never fate. It was conditioning. Subscribe to the channel.